I was recently involved in a court hearing over the phone with my wife. So she was having some dental work done, and I was supposed to be her representative. And so I was going to be sworn in. And it's weird being in court on your phone. Like, that is just, I knew there were other people on this party call. So there's the lawyer on there, there's a dentist on the line, there is the judge on the line. I think there's probably also a court recorder on the line, and me and my wife on the line. This is craziness. And I wasn't, used to this, and I've never been to court either, except for maybe traffic court. And that's like 30 seconds long. You say, hey, guilty, and then you move on and pay your fine. And that was it. So this was all brand new to me. And so next thing I know, my wife is wanting me to speak for her. And that's fine, but I had to be sworn in as a, bona fide witness. And so the judge says, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. So help me. That hit me like a ton of bricks. The other witness on the line, I believe, was the dentist. And I don't know anything about his religious background. I don't know what his thoughts were at the time, etc. But he just quickly said, yeah, so help me. He was being compliant and doing what he was told to do. He's a professional witness. I'm a professional witness. We're all being sworn in. So raise your right hand and say, so help me. So help me? What is that? That is traumatic to a theologian or a philosopher or to any thinking person of what is going on in our country. And this is happening in America. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That is a really good proposition. That is a really good way to live. It is a really good standard. But where did it come from? What does it mean? What is the foundation? You are in a court battle. You're fixing to enter into a court battle of some sort, an opposition of the wills at the least. And human nature, Christians should know that human nature is to be selfish, to lie, to cheat, to steal, to denigrate, to present a false perspective, etc., to deceive. And, I promise to be good. And in our day and age, when it's like, your truth is not my truth, but I promise to tell the truth. I promise to tell my truth. Do you promise to tell your truth? And so all of this is flooding through my mind as this judge says, so help me. And so I asked, I was like, so help me God? Do you mean so help me God? And she went to reiterate her statement about it is, you promise to tell the truth, so help me. And she was making it clear that she really wasn't going to get in any kind of political or theological debate. She didn't do much explanation. She just used her authority to push it on down the road. Do I agree or do I disagree? We got to get this court hearing underway. And so I spouted off with, so help me God, I promise to tell the truth. God help me, or something very similar to that. But here's what I challenge you as. Our court systems, without being on the bedrock of truth, God's truth, who is the sword of truth, if I'm getting up there and telling my truth and you're telling your truth, and that is the case, I know this from talking with other people who have heard liars debate with liars in the courtroom, and they can't keep their story straight for nothing, and the stories keep changing and morphing, and there's a lot of people that are just bringing their truth into the courtroom. Us promising, is my promise even a promise? Is the truth the truth? We have to get back to the bedrock of so help me God. Further than that, I want to ask you as a citizen that when you are put in these situations where God is being removed, He is, it's kind of like the license plates recently where it's like, "In God we trust" is optional now. Or on the quarter that instead of George Washington facing "In God we trust," now his back is to "In God we trust." Speak up! Speak up! Don't let other people be lone voices. Speak up with us when you notice that things are out of line and they're improper. You will be surprised at how many times, if you will just step up and take control and say things for the Lord, that people will get their ducks in a row. I'll present it kind of like this. I have been to many a family get-togethers. I have been out to eat many times with a lot of atheist and lost people. And because I'm a Christian, we pray at meals. And I have been to Christian meals where the Christians weren't even stopping to pray over their meals, and I was just forced into a situation where I had to stand up and say, hey, we need to bless this food, and if you don't mind, I'm going to stop and I'm going to bless the food. And people bowed in prayer and let the event transpire in that fashion, because God is the King of the universe, and they know it, and they will concede to it when they are led that direction, even though, inwardly they can be stubborn and rebellious and still choose to be against God. But you will be amazed at how many times people will fall in line when God's children lead like they are supposed to lead. So I dare you, step out of your comfort zone, speak up for the Lord, see what mighty things happen.